Sean Farrell wants me to quickly summarize my 1,999 other videos. Can do. Warning, you might regret it. Hi, everyone. My name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome to my 2,000th video. That's right. I've made a lot of videos. That's a lot of videos. That's real. I can't really fathom how much that is. That's nearly 2 a day since I've started, which would make sense because about a year in, I started double uploading every day. And it's just a big catalog. Think about that. 2,000 videos. That's a lot, Bob. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like we don't need to go like celebrate and party like, yeah, 2,000 videos, whoop whoop. But hopefully there are plenty more to come. But I figured, why not take a second to address it, see what's up, and we're gonna do a little impromptu Q&A. Kinda Ask Fruit, but not official Ask Fruit. I tweeted yesterday asking people for questions for the 2,000th video, so that's why we're here. We're going to be answering some questions, we're going to be talking a little bit, and I hope you enjoy the 2,000th video. With that said, thank you very much for letting me do what I do, and let's get into it. Versus wants to know what my favorite part of the YouTube journey has been so far, and I would say how it's grown me as a person and also grown the people I know, if that makes sense. So people like you, getting to hang out and meet new people wherever I go. And also, yeah, just growing as a person, learning a lot from this experience. It's probably been my favorite part of the journey so far. I'm not alone in this journey. Jacob wants to know what my favorite moment in my YouTube career has been. And I don't know if I've talked about this before. I certainly haven't told him. So some of you probably know if you've watched my videos, my inspiration to start YouTube was actually St. Anders, among some other people, but the primary, reason I got into YouTube gaming was St. Anders. I loved his videos, loved his personality, and he made me start it all. And so a few months ago, I don't know exactly when it was, but I finally, it's almost been a year now, I think, but I actually got to make a video, I think I have like 2 of them on my channel, with St. Anders, and blew my mind. That's probably been my favorite moment, because the moment I realized I'm getting to play with my inspiration, make a video, talk, hang out with him, blew my mind. And the thing that's funny is I met him for the first time in PAX South nearly 4 years now, maybe 3-4 years. When I was like 15,000 subs or something, and I talked to him after like a meet and greet. We were talking about things, I wanted some advice, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of it, I gave him an index card because I didn't have anything. So like somebody handed me an index card and I used a Sharpie. And I told him like, hey, could you look at my channel? You don't need to, I'm not asking you to, shout me out or put me in a video, but just maybe give me some feedback, or just knowing that you've watched a video would mean a lot. So I put my channel on the front of it, and then I don't know why I do it, against my better judgment. On the back of the note card, I put, one day we'll make a video together. Looking back at it, he probably saw that. He's like, what in the world? Like, threw it away. So I'm like, that guy's crazy. Well, it was crazy, yeah, but it happened. And again, I haven't told him that he'd probably get like weird stalker vibes. But just like that, it's a small world, man. And it really humbled me. Jimmy wants to know if I could have dinner with anyone from history, who would it be and why? Keep up the good work. Jimmy, I am the wrong person to ask these questions to. You know, like if some omnipresent alien faction, whatever, comes to Earth and they're like, choose your wisest warrior and have them answer this one question, or like, ask us one question, we'll let you live. Don't pick me. I'm bad with this stuff. There's probably more optimal ways to go about it, but I'm just so narrow-minded. Like, who would I go to dinner with? With anyone in history? There's probably a good answer here. Somewhere. But I certainly don't know it. Logistically, we go too far back. May not even be able to communicate with them. That would be a problem. Depending on, if I wanted, I don't know, Ragnar Lothbrok. I might not be able to understand him. I could maybe get a translator, but what if I can't do that? I'm just going to be looking at him and he's going to be looking at me and probably kill me or something. I don't know. It'd be pretty gnarly. Either Marky Mark, which I know, really, out of all of history, Marky Mark. Him, Frank Sinatra. Probably that, or The Rock. Those are all really cool people. I'd like to talk with Marky Mark and The Rock about, you know, their dedication, motivation, workout, all that kind of stuff. And Frank Sinatra, I would just ask him to sing for me, which I guess I just want a private little concert. But that would be my dinner. Arios, if you weigh 99 pounds and you eat 1 pound of nachos, does that make you 1% nacho? I saw this tweet and I was like, okay, oh, you know what? That's a good point. So what I learned from this is I need to go get a couple pounds of nachos, and then I can say I'm 1% nacho until my next bowel movement. It's a good choice. You'd be like, yeah, humans are made up of like 90% water, 7% this, 7% that, and 1% nachos. Matthew Cook, do you have any advice for a broken heart? Been really down for a while, so thanks for keeping me up out of the dark. My friend, I have been there many a times. Many a times. Love is a fickle thing, my friend. Sometimes it's great. It makes you happy. Sometimes it's awful. It makes you hate your life. That just means you're doing it right. But the main thing when you have a broken heart is to realize, one, don't try and like push the feelings away and stuff. Come to an understanding. Know what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. And then move on. But most importantly, if you need something, just know that you have no idea what's in store for you. You might think, I just lost the one, or she was all I wanted, he was everything to me. But you don't know. There are so many fish in the pond, my friend. Look at this is whenever I think of stuff like this. 5 years ago, I was a nobody. I was in college. I hated my life. Now, 5 years later, out of college, didn't get a degree, but I have a great job, my dream job, and things are going really well. I have a dog, a girlfriend, a house. 5 years ago, not even on my radar. So that's why I'm saying you have no idea what's going to happen. So just understand that this is a part of life. And then become a better person because of it and move forward. Juan wants to know if I'll be doing a tasteful nude calendar like Markiplier at 20 million subs. If we get to 20 million subs, I will make 2 tasteful nude calendars. How about that? Blue wants to know the first word that comes to my mind for every extended dream team member. Go! Blue, Booty, Rob, Salty, Shark, Toxic versus Poppy, Dado, Optimal, Blushes, Probable, Dork, Waifu, and Arios, Nobleman. Probably be the ones I just wrote them down so I would be able to do it, but that's first thing that came to my mind for everybody. Frank wants to know who would be the last man standing in an IRL brawl between you and your circle of friends in a fight of the fisticuffs. Now, Bob, we wanted to take this real serious, okay? So we got ourselves a bracket that I'll put somewhere on the screen right now. That's right, the Extended Dream Team Brawl. And if I did the fisticuffs, who's gonna come out on top? Now, I asked folks at home, I did the bracket myself, and the rest of the Dream Team did a bracket. So let's see who thinks who's going on. Bob, back to you at the desk. Let's get some analysis here. Yeah, Bob, thanks for that. Okay, we're back here on the analyst desk. We're gonna start with my very own bracket, or rather, Mr. Fruit's bracket. So first off, we should just say beforehand, these were all randomized. The only thing I made sure was that myself, Rob, and Blue, since we're the original Dream Team, were separated and didn't immediately face off. Aside from that, the plans were random, and then everything forward because we only had 10 people. Eber's not really a part of the Dream Team, but he's helped with stuff, he's been in some videos, and also we only had 9 people, and it made it awkward, so we needed a 10th. So, starting on the left side of the bracket, we have Sharktooth versus Eber. A matchup that is probably, I mean, honestly, this is what's going to happen. Eber's going to be too busy applying to colleges or doing work to not show up, so Shark would probably win by default. Then myself versus Shark. Well, he is my son, but I would have to teach him a hard life lesson that sometimes you gotta catch an L. And who better to teach him that than his father? So I would hand him a fat L. Rob versus Versus. Now see, this is a tricky matchup. But something tells me that Rob's inner rage and striving to always try and outdo me, he would find the energy within him to at least get to the matchup with me. And then between myself and Rob, he would understand it's for the content, and I would move on. On the right side of the bracket to play, and we have Dork versus Blesius. Blesius would have the shot, but the probable cause wasn't there, so Dork would win. And then we have Dork versus Blue Westlow, and as we all know, that would not pan out very well. It would just be a draw. They would run off together and have some weird sexual thing that I don't really want to talk about. And bottom right, now this, it's interesting that this got randomized because this is the unofficial finals to me. We have Arios versus Dado. And you're probably thinking, what? What are you talking about? Here's the thing. Dado has a black belt. I don't know like what degree or whatever, but he has training with the hi-ya, and nobody else does. Arios, on the other hand, even Olive wants to chime in on the bracket. Arios is a 6'1", 6'2", something like that. 200 something pounds of just pure muscle. The dude's huge. The dude's shredded. So if he like came to it and he's like, you know what, I'm actually gonna fight, I'd be scared for everybody's lives because Arios, as you can see, I have Arios going all the way. He's a sleeper agent, but it was real close. Now don't let me say it wasn't an easy matchup against Dado because of his black belt knowledge. If Dado had been in the other bracket, I would have had Dado versus Arios as the finals, but Arios is such a kind, gentle spirit, so that like, in reality, I feel like he wouldn't, but we're just assuming that he's in the zone, and he would absolutely destroy everybody. I wouldn't even stand a chance. Arios would win. That's who I have winning. Now we have everybody else's brackets. Good Lord. You know, I'll just let you guys pause this and read this if you want to know what in the world is going on in Arios' bracket, because I don't. So Bless comes in with an interesting surprise. Comic Sans. Shark beats Eber. I beat Shark. Rob beats Versus. Rob beats me. Blue goes all the way and beats everyone. Even Aros beats Dado. But it's Rob versus Blue. And who's going to win in that matchup? Ultra Instinct Mr. Fruit. Hey, I don't even know how that happens. But I'll take that W. Blue has a random NPC losing, I guess, and all of us winning with the content and hearts. And then there's this picture. Good Lord. Dado's bracket. Everyone, because you're all my friends and we love each other. Fair enough. Dork based his off of evidently My Hero Academia. There's a fight scene. If you're not familiar with it, then this won't really make much sense to you, but I guess that's what he was picturing. So Rob and Blue were the two main characters, and so they went through and then they battled it out, and Rob ends victorious. Eber, with no explanation, he beats it. This is the only bracket where Eber beats Shark. But he goes forward, and he has Rob winning it all. I don't really know the thought process behind this. He didn't leave any cliff notes. So Rob did his bracket, and apparently he didn't realize it was like a fight. So I don't know what he's basing his off of, and we don't have any cliff notes. I think he was going off of popular vote, something like that, and so he assumes Blue would win. Shark again has he wrote a whole script, and apparently Shark keeps cloning himself and yelling at himself, and then Grandma has to come. I don't know. Feel free to pause that one and look at that. Versus has his own bracket, where in it, Shark and Dado face each other at the end, but lo and behold, the true villain showed itself during the epic final fight, forcing the band of friends to come together to defeat the one known as the Content. The enemy was defeated, and at the end of the day, the true winner is the power of friendship. Aww. And that is a look into how a Dream Team Brawl would go. So in other words, none of us have any idea. Fight! Tachenka Chicken wants to know why you show Doggo. What are you talking? You mean this Doggo? Grayson wants to know what's a game that you played before that you wish was popular now so you could play it on your channel. There's quite a few, honestly. The first one that comes to mind is Super Monday Night Combat. Super underrated, but like no one played it, and now like you can get on, but you can't even play the normal mode. It was like a hybrid MOBA hero shooter before I guess it like was cool. And I mean, I really liked it, but hey. Aaron wants to know what game either in development or coming out this year am I most looking forward to? There's a few, namely Red Dead, State of Decay 2, and Borderlands 3 rumors are this year. That would be pretty sick. I'd be down for that. And then there's one more. which evidently I'm not looking forward to. Oh, jeez. Oh, Moonlighter. We did a little series on that. It's just really cool. Indie game. Looking forward to that. The next Hoe Cage. What are your future plans for the channel? Keep her going. That's my future plans. Probably mixing some stuff up, as you've probably seen from time to time, even kind of right now. There's kind of a little bit of shift in things. I'm trying, experimenting. The important thing is always try and innovate or try something new so that, one, I don't stagnate or get burned out, and the same for the channel and the content. Gotta always try and test new things, so that's why, like, maybe we'll do a little bit of this. Okay, it's not doing very well. Well, not so much. Let's try this. Oh, that's working. Okay, we'll push a little bit more that way. That kind of thing. Who's to say? As the channel goes and as I grow and content changes, games, all that kind of stuff, we'll figure it out together. But there is one thing for sure I wanna make sure and double down on is one, my personality. You know, I wanna make sure everyone's coming here. Yeah, probably you like the games and stuff, but you know, the core of it is the presence, the aura. I can't think of the one word that I'm trying to look for. Just the vibe you're getting from the channel is fun, humorous, just my personality, and then also from time to time my friends. So that's important, and that's what I want to make sure the channel's focusing on. Jelly wants to know what the most enjoyable series that I have recorded would be. That's tough, but if I had to nail it down, I would probably say the Kingdom series, Kingdom and Kingdom New Lands. Probably the first one because it was more magical. That game was amazing and it came out of nowhere. And people really liked it too, which was cool. And then, for anyone that's seen my second channel, it wouldn't be any surprise to you, the Pokemon Let's Plays I've done over there. Those are just really fun. And it was like a passion project for me. And those are really cool. So those would probably be my favorite series that I have recorded. Do you read all of your fan mail? That I do, Taryn. And if you didn't know, I have a P.O. box down. It's always in the description. If you ever want to send me something, could be a letter, could be a gift or something. I've gotten a lot of cool stuff from you guys, and I do appreciate that. Sloth wants to know if I was a popular kid in high school. And Sloth, I will answer your question with an answer, but like it's gonna direct you somewhere else. Go watch my prom story. That tells you a lot about my high school experience. So check that out. They're like, you can probably press top right to go to it now, or there's I don't know, just yeah. Ethan wants to know if I have plans on doing any trips in the future strictly for meet and greet type events. I've been watching your stuff since you were at about 1K. It's been a while, and I looked up to you and would love to meet you someday. Well, Ethan, thank you very much for your continued support. As far as meet and greet, tours, that kind of stuff, I've always thought I just wouldn't like be able to sell much. Like people just wouldn't show up. I have no idea. Because it's hard to say how many people I have in certain areas, and also if I could do something interesting enough. I mean, like a meet and greet tour kind of thing just seems so basic. I don't know. If I ever did it, I'd see which one of my friends might want to come along, but there's no telling. I mean, feel free to let me know if you'd be interested. But yeah, I don't, there's no current plans, I'll say that. Aaron Hawkins wants to know what my favorite and least favorite video is. And this will come as a surprise to some. Some of you might not have even seen it. It'd probably go all the way back to my Husk of the Pit limited time review, which is where all my limited time reviews were born and kind of where my channel started exploding. So that's pretty obvious why it would be my favorite video, but at the same time, my least favorite video, because it came from a point, like literally I was sitting there, I was about to leave, and I was like, I don't know what to make. Like, I'm out of ideas. Let me just throw something together. And I was like, spoof advertisement. Sure, I guess that might be a thing. And so it's my least favorite video because like that, knowing that was my mindset going in, and of all the things I've done, that video is the reason I'm here today. Like that's why it's my favorite, is because it is where I am today. But at the same time, like it was born from that, which most people will tell you and stuff, like boredom and, you know, all these kind of things is where creativity is born. But for me, in that moment, I felt uncreative because I was like, I'm out of ideas. What do I do? And then it turned, well, yeah, it turned out pretty well. And that, my friends, is just a few questions you guys asked me over on Twitter. Be sure to follow me if you want at Mr. Fruit YT. It'd be pretty cool. Or Mr. Fruit Gaming on Instagram. Or here That'd be cool. If you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. But apparently, according to YouTube, you also need to press the notification bell button. Otherwise, you might not get my videos, which doesn't make any sense, but that's another thing for another time. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and thank you very much for supporting me on this journey and allowing me to put up these many videos. I wouldn't have 2,000 videos up if I didn't have an audience and this wasn't going as well. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for letting me be here. Here's to another 2,000 more, or however long this may go on. So with that said, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.